Good morning, people. Down here hanging out on the boat, waiting for the float plane to show up. Really crappy weather. I'm going to take this opportunity to do an object lesson in power generation on the modern seasteading yacht. Solar in these conditions is useless. Here in Canada, much of the year, solar panels are useless. I have a 600 watt array on this boat in briefcase style panels because I stow them and put them away like a proper mariner because I don't want glass on deck nor permanently mounted arrays of stuff that makes my nice looking boat look like a space probe, right? And destroys my sailing performance and all that. So I put them away. And in this weather, they're away because even if they were out on deck and properly oriented, all of them together, I would be lucky to be getting an amp and a half, right? So relatively pointless. I have the Webasto ThermoPro 90 furnace. It's running basically full tilt. That pulls about 6 amps. The freezer refrigerator over here. Where are we? Dun, 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 dun. My expert videography, yes. That'll intermittently pull another 5 amps. Probably 50 amp hours a day in consumption on the boat in conditions like this that I got to make up somehow. Okay. And the most expensive way to do that would be to run the main engine and put hours on the main engine, which is extremely expensive to replace, and it burns a lot of fuel, and it's noisy, and it annoys any neighbors I might have, and it's just not a good solution. Okay. So what I have to keep this boat lit is the investment in the fuel cell. All right, so here you have your Efoy Comfort 140 down here all nicely tucked away. Let's see if you can hear it running. I mean, it's very, very, very quiet. Okay, it's been running for about 48 hours straight. Just clicking out the tiniest little bit of heat and 5 solid amps nonstop. The cartridge, put some light on it, right there. These cartridges is about $100, and 48 hours has burnt about 1 inch of fuel in the cartridge. So it looks to me like in worst case scenarios, a cartridge like this is about a week if you just ran things nonstop. Now I never have, because this is power of last resort, and it's only on simply to back up when the other systems aren't doing that. On this particular trip, I'm just running it hard to put some hours on it and kind of do a real test analysis, because again, coupled with the solar array and in normal kind of season cruising, like, you know, it just really sips. Very practical. Does a lot to keep everything comfortable and working and without a hitch in conditions where nothing else would work. Again, now I understand that there are people who are jerks and that they run generators at anchorage. But that's becoming illegal because it does make you a jerk. Nobody likes to listen to your generator run in the anchorage. Nobody ashore likes to listen to that. These are silent, so it's good. It's also very, very, very green, low emission fuel all the way through. It's extremely efficient, like ridiculously beyond running generators. You're not putting time and effort on the main engine, which is expensive. Like the yacht engine's only going to be worth about 4,000 hours realistically if it's a modern motor. Why be pissing away 5, 6, 7, 8 hours on that? If you prorate that, that's the most expensive power you could possibly put in, and the replacement of that's a big hassle. So if you look into it and you do a real cost analysis, you will find that the fuel cells are extremely efficient. They add up to tremendous quality of life. They fill in niches that no other kind of power can make up for you, right? They work precisely in the conditions where nothing else works, right? Super, super, super good stuff, and I highly, highly recommend them. Installing them is like a nothing burger. You literally plug them into the batteries and walk away. It's held in there by Velcro. If you need to service the thing, you pick it up and you take it and you send it to the factory and they fix it for you. Don't think for a minute that they're obscure. You find that in industry that they are used a lot. In fact, Efoy makes a commercial version of that unit, which is used across the entire country, mostly to power cell phone towers and traffic light arrays. They don't do that with backup diesel generators anymore because it's too expensive. So that kind of situation, coupled with a largish lithium ion phosphate battery, really works. If you think that the Efoy is expensive, having the power generation ability allows you to save costs in the battery array itself and save weight. So you can get away with having a much smaller house bank if you have readily available generation. It's really worth looking into. Now, of course, everybody's needs and demands are going to vary, but I think a lot of you would find that this is a good option if you can swing the cake to make it happen. Cheers, people.